Okay, ladies, we are back with some more controversy. So today we are actually going to be talking about some fall trends that we personally are going to be ditching this fall. Now, when we say ditching, we really mean like shoving in the back of the closet, saving them for maybe next year or a few years from now, because as I'm sure you guys have noticed, these trends seem to like cycle back through. So you don't want to get rid of anything if you really love it, but there might be some pieces that you just want to put to the side because we're not really seeing them this year in the trends. Maybe there's something that is just becoming a little bit outdated. And of course, if you want to keep your look up to date and fresh, you might want to try some new trends instead. So we're going to share with you the ones that we're going to be packing away just for now.
Absolutely. And this is a great way to also like save your money for some of the newer, hotter, fresher trends. So don't invest in these. If you see them in the stores, just kind of hold off and keep with what you have, or do like what we're doing, which is not wearing these trends at all this year. So if you are new here, I'm Christina. This is my best friend, Kelly. We have a fashion YouTube channel. We create everything from giving you the hottest fashion trends to tips and tricks to hauls. And if that's something that you're interested in, then definitely hit that subscribe button and hit that notification bell, because you're not going to want to miss out on the great content we have coming up this fall. It's our big season. So we come out with 2 videos every single week on Sunday and Thursday. And of course, we would love to have you join us.
Okay, so the first one is one that you may have heard us talk about before. I feel like this is one that we're not just ditching for fall. We've pretty much been ditching for a little while now, and that is large floral prints. And the reason that Christina and I are putting this one aside is that we've both kind of just learned that these large floral prints are definitely, they can be a little bit aging. Also, the large prints on top or on bottom really accentuate that area, make it look larger. And for most of us, that's not usually a goal. So large floral prints are one that we're definitely kind of like pushing off to the side and instead reaching for these very small, like ditzy floral type of prints, which are actually much more fresh and modern and very on trend for the fall.
Yeah, and one of the benefits that Kelly and I actually have for this channel is, of course, we create so much content through videos and through pictures, and it gives us the opportunity to really kind of take a look back through the years and really taking and looking at like outfits, seeing how they look on us, kind of reassessing what we like and what we don't like. And what we both agreed upon was that we saw that the prints that had like just larger florals on them looked a little bit dated, where the ones that had a smaller, a ditzier kind of print, they seemed more modern, they seemed more fresh. And we just kind of felt ourselves gravitating naturally in that direction. And then of course, once we start looking on blogs and influencers, they're also simultaneously moving in that same direction. So that's another reason why we're going to go ahead and, stay away from those larger prints. We also feel like they're a little bit aging. Sometimes the print is so bold and so in your face that it can seem just like it's a little bit dated, where those smaller prints are just not as obvious and much more like sleek and sophisticated. All right, so a trend that Kelly and I used to love, and I'm telling you, our closet was just full of this trend that we really have just scaled back on and are definitely going to be ditching for this year, is wearing colored denim. So that's anything from red denim, green, yellow, blush pink. We used to wear a lot of outfits with that. So we just kind of found that we're moving a little bit more into some classic neutral kind of pieces. And of course, all of this like colored denim, as much fun and like vibrant as it is, it's definitely a little bit dated for us. And we're also kind of seeing, like I said, the influencers and the bloggers also are not really wearing a lot of colored denim. So it's one that we feel comfortable with ditching and just kind of, either putting aside or maybe even donating.
Yeah, I definitely remember really embracing the pink skinny jeans, the green skinny jeans. I think one time around Christmas time, I had like a red pair, and there were some beautiful different colored denim pieces. But now when we kind of look at those outfits, you definitely think like, that's like 2019, 2020 trends. And it's not really something that we are seeing for this fall season. So as much as we are definitely going to be seeing those vibrant colors in other pieces of clothing, those jewel tones, we're not seeing it in the denim. The denim is definitely going with more like ivory tones. You can still do like some grays or some tans, or of course black is always classic, and of course the traditional shades of blue. But when you talk about those vibrant colors, those red jeans and all of those things, probably want to put those away. And remember, don't get rid of them if you really love them, because of course these things tend to cycle back around every couple of years. And of course, like we always say, I mean, if you really love it, by all means, who are we to say not to wear it? But it's just something that we won't be doing this fall. So this one is probably the one that I am most sad about.
Me too.
And you could kind of see it coming. You could definitely see it coming because I haven't seen a lot of it lately. And that is camouflage. Unfortunately, the camouflage trend is definitely kind of going out this fall, and we're really just not seeing a lot of camouflage. So it had a moment. It had a really big moment. I feel like we had everything from camouflage button-down tops to pants to cargo skirts to shorts, and it was really fun and just great to pair with those neutrals. And I'm sure it'll come back again. It's definitely one we've seen before. I'm sure it'll come back again, but it's just not going to be hot for fall. It definitely showed up on a lot of what not to wear lists. So if you're looking to feel fresh and new and modern for fall, put the camouflage away for now.
Yes, and this is one I am so sad to see as well. I have a pair of camo jeans that are in my closet, and I keep holding on to them thinking that I'm gonna wear them, but the truth of the matter is that I don't wear them because I feel like they look a little bit outdated. So as far as my camo shirts and my dresses and my skirts, all those are already gone, but I was holding on to this pair of camouflage jeans, just hoping that this trend would come back around and that I could wear them again. But unfortunately, it doesn't look like it's going to be the case. So this year, yeah, camouflage is out for me, but hoping maybe next year. So a trend that I used to love that I am ditching this year are peep toes. So I used to have peep toe heeled mules. I used to have peep toed ankle boots. They even have peep toed flats and slingbacks, and that's definitely on its way out. And instead, everyone is really wearing a lot of these pointed toe shoes, flats, mules, booties. So this is definitely a trend that I think, you know, is a bit outdated. It kind of reminds me of the cutoff gloves, right? Where you're exposing like your fingers, except for it's for your feet. So I loved it. I think it had a lot more of this like edgy kind of rocker feel when I was wearing a lot of it. And now I think it's just a much more sleeker kind of look with this pointed toe shoe.
Yeah, you're just not really seeing much of these even in the stores anymore, which is definitely an indication that they are on their way out. I don't remember doing this too much, but I think I have tried it like in a bootie and stuff. It was definitely like a little cute detail that was added, and it's just something that we're really not seeing anymore. It really is all about the pointy toe shoe this season. And of course, if you really cannot embrace the pointy toe, then definitely try something like an almond shaped toe, which is a little bit of like a hybrid. For some of you, it may be a little bit more comfortable, but even with things like our sneakers, I feel like they're getting a little bit more narrow in the toe area, and this pointy toe shoe it's just going to be everywhere. So if you have that little peep toe, put those away. If you really love them, I'm sure they're probably going to come back around, but for this fall, we're just not going to be wearing those. Another trend that used to be everywhere, and now we're really not seeing it anymore, are infinity scarves. So infinity scarves are those scarves that just wrap around your neck in circles. You don't really have to put them on any particular way. You just slip them on over your head. So of course the ease of them was great. They could really add like a fun little pop of color to an outfit. I definitely embraced them for a little while, even though we are living in sunny Florida. It was a great way to add a little interest to an outfit, but it's definitely something that we haven't really been seeing for a while, and it really seems to be out. I don't think we're going to be seeing these this fall. Even things like the heavy blanket scarves just don't seem to be as popular. So I wouldn't say that scarves in general are out, because of course I think people will always wear scarves for warmth in these colder climates. However, the infinity scarf, definitely something that I would not invest in, and probably put it away if you're looking to be current.
Yeah, absolutely. I think a lot of times I would kind of see it either with like a t-shirt or a long sleeve tee, and then you would add a infinity scarf to add that print or that pop of color, and that is just something we're seeing less and less and less of. For sure, when I look at pictures, whether it's for ourselves or whether it's for, you know, influencers or bloggers that are wearing it, I can immediately spot like, oh, this must be an older picture, because that infinity scarf just kind of gives it away that this is from a few years ago. So a trend that Kelli and I used to wear all the time that we are ditching this year are long pendant necklaces. Oh gosh, you know, we would have every single style and shape and color of metal and just had basically all of our necklaces were that style. And now definitely what we're seeing is a lot more of a shorter necklace, a lot of like layering right around that neckline, and we're seeing less and less of this long pendant necklace. So I kind of feel like, you know, they're still really pretty, and if you have some that you really like and you want to wear, that's great. However, it is giving for us a little bit of a dated kind of feeling. It's throwing it back, we feel like, a couple of years, where these shorter necklaces just make our outfits seem a little bit more fresh and current looking.
Yeah, this is definitely one that you have, you know, kind of been seeing going out for a couple of years now. And it's sad because it definitely was one that we really enjoyed, and it does really serve a lot of purposes. They can be very elongating and flattering. I remember throwing them on with like a basic v-neck t-shirt and adding a little bit of interest. However, as we've kind of seen them make their way out of the fashion scene, now when I see them, it definitely feels like the outfit is looking a little bit dated. So of course now it is really just all about like these chunky chain necklaces. It seems like the necklaces are just getting chunkier and chunkier. And even this year we're seeing some chokers coming in. So it's really like the complete opposite of the long pendant necklace. We actually don't tend to wear necklaces as often lately, but if we were going to do a necklace, we would kind of stay away from these pendant necklaces right now. I think that if you have some that you really love, don't get rid of them. Definitely hold on to them, because I'm sure they'll come back around. And if you really love them and you have something that's really meaningful, by all means you should wear it. But just for us personally, this is a trend that we feel is looking a little bit dated. Okay, so we're about to get a lot of slack for this one. And I just want to start by saying we do live in South Florida, so this one's easy for us, and that is fuzzy boots. Now, I'm not going to be saying that, you know, fuzzy boots are completely out and you're not going to see any fuzzy boots. Obviously, in colder climates, I'm sure that like those shearling boots and Sherpa boots and things like that probably going to still be seen a lot. However, for us personally, we don't see ourselves doing any of these like fuzzy lined boots. We talked about how the UGG boots are not super flattering. They definitely give kind of like a slipper type of look, pajama style to an outfit. So we're not really seeing a lot of that. I think in the past we saw a lot of shearling and Sherpa and all these fuzzy elements all over the boots, and we're not seeing as much of that. And of course for us, it's just a trend that even if we do see a little bit of it, we're not really going to be embracing that one this year. So just keep that in mind. Might be something that you don't want to spend a lot of money on a fuzzy boot. If you're boot shopping, maybe go with something a little bit more classic, because we feel like this trend is kind of on its way out.
Yeah, and we have, it kind of makes sense too, because there's so many different styles of jeans that are coming up now with this looser fit. So if you're having a fuzzy style boot, it's going to kind of compete and get covered a little bit by these straight leg jeans or wide leg jeans or even bootleg jeans. Bootcut, sorry. So I think that that's probably another reason why we're feeling like less and less. It's something that we personally would wear just down here in Florida, but also seeing less coming from, you know, these influencers and bloggers from the stratosphere, you know, that are always coming out with fresh and new, you know, like outfits and everything. So I think that's the reason why we're going to be pushing those out. But if you love them, hang on to them. We're not going to be hating on you, but for us, we're ditching them. Sometimes some of these trends really burn super hot, and when you see them everywhere, it's pretty good indication that they're gonna kind of burn out pretty quickly as well. And one of the trends that we saw a lot that we're gonna be ditching this year is color blocking long duster cardigans. So we saw them everywhere. I mean, every single store had them, online shops had them, every single blogger and influencer was wearing them. We also purchased them ourselves, and we're now actually kind of seeing, like, for ourselves, we are really moving away from them. Last year, I don't even think we picked up one color blocking long duster cardigan, and we have really no intentions of doing it this year, and it's because we're really opting for instead just the solid colored duster cardigan. We feel like it's a lot more streamlined, and with all of that color blocking, it kind of breaks up your body.
Absolutely. I definitely remember this one was everywhere, especially with the long duster cardigans. We also saw some of it in like some sweaters, and you might still see some of that, but definitely it looks a little bit dated, and probably, for just like Christina said, it was so overdone. And when a trend tends to be like really, really, really overdone, it tends to die out a lot faster. So I don't think we're gonna see a lot of this one. I think that we're gonna see a lot more of just the simple, solid color, neutral colored cardigans. And for us, we feel like we won't be picking any of these up. However, if you have one you love, of course, wear it, hang on to it. I don't think it's a trend that we're never gonna see again, but I think it's one that is looking a little bit dated for fall 2022. Okay, so I guess there's a little bit of a theme here. So if you live in cold weather, don't get mad at me. Just remember, we're in South Florida. What do we know about cold weather? But this one is fur vests. So this was definitely like a big trend at one point. We were seeing a lot of these like vests that had like different fur, some shearling, some Sherpa, all of those things on it. And it was definitely a hot trend. Now, when we look at pictures of that, we definitely think, that's from a few years ago. So definitely not something that we would invest in. Feel like it's a little bit dated, not really on trend for this fall, not seeing a lot of that look. However, give us your thoughts. What do you ladies think? Maybe if you are living up in Canada or Alaska or something, you might say, no, this is definitely on trend. And so maybe it's just a Florida girl thing. I don't know, but it's definitely one that I thought was really cute, but I won't be doing it this fall.
Yeah, I really liked it when it came out, but I think this is another one where it was so popular. You would see a lot of people wearing it. And now, I know recently I actually went on Amazon, was kind of looking through to see, okay, what are some of their fall fashion pieces that are coming out, and seeing a lot of these fur vests gave me these like 2019, 2020 kind of feels. And I feel like when I start to see that kind of stuff, I just know that naturally for myself, I'm gravitating away from it. I'm feeling like it's a trend that's burning itself out, and I'm just not really into anymore, and I'm looking for something new and fresh and current to wear.
Okay, ladies, so we hope you enjoyed this video and maybe brought you some laughs or helped you decide which of those things you're going to be packing away for now. And leave us a comment down below. Let us know which of these trends you will be ditching, or which of them you are holding on to and you completely disagree with us. Go ahead and share your thoughts. We'd love to hear from you, and we will see you in the next video.